Early Friday morning, the young mother of two was attacked by an intruder who did not care that she was unarmed and putting up no resistance, or that her little girl was in the room, watching her mother struggling with a stranger who kicked his way inside.
Hi, this is Colleen from Keeping the Peace Defensive Handgun Training for Women, and I wanted to do a response today to this brutal attack on this young woman. You've probably already seen this, it's all over the news, but last Friday this woman was attacked in her home. And she heard a noise, a man kicked his way into the door and immediately started beating her brutally without mercy. He was explosive, he was fast, and he was extremely strong. She was completely unarmed and had, I don't think she had ever thought about how to fight back. I don't think it had ever crossed her mind that someone might do this. And that's most people. Most people don't think that this is going to happen to them. Yet it's happening more and more. So several things come to my mind when I see this. And I wanted to just throw them out there and see what your thoughts are. The first one is to recognize the fact that this could happen to you. We don't live in a protected bubble. We live in a country where crime is high because the economy is in bad shape and because sin is just rampant. There are just evil people out there that want to do bad things to us. And some of us get through our entire lives never being attacked. Some of us are attacked more than once. It could happen to you. So I think that there is reason to be prepared in the mind. You already know, if you know me at all, you know that I'm all into preparedness as far as learning how to use your firearm, learning how to fight with it. But a lot of this is in the mind. You have to decide as a woman, well, a man too, you have to decide that if someone attacks you that you're going to fight to the death. It's part of preserving your life. It's part of preserving your dignity. And not letting someone steal that from you, some wicked person. This man came into her house to steal from her. He was beating her just for the fun of it. He had no reason to beat her. She would have voluntarily given up her belongings if he had just asked. But he didn't. He came in to maim and to steal. This is good reason to be armed at home. I arm myself 24/7, 365, as many of you do. And a lot of people look at us, the people that do that, as paranoid, but this sort of thing happens all the time. This one's on the news. It's getting a lot of attention right now. But the reason it's getting so much attention is because she didn't fight back, because she just took it. If she had drawn a gun and shot him, you wouldn't have seen it on the news. If she had fought back, you probably wouldn't have seen it. It wouldn't be getting as much attention. This is hard to watch. It makes me physically ill to watch it, but there's much to be learned from it. And anytime you see something like this, I encourage you, don't let it drive fear. Let it help you be more prepared, because it shows you how evil people can be. And sometimes it's good to realize that. It's way better to realize it and prepare for it than to just live your life with your head in a hole like an ostrich thinking, nothing's ever going to happen as long as I'm nice to others. And that's just not reality. If you don't carry a weapon on your person all the time, then maybe you need to look into possibly planting different things you can use as weapons throughout your house. She had small children, and so laying a gun around in every room is not an option. Keeping one on her body would have been an option, but everyone doesn't choose to do that. But think about ways that you could possibly plant some things throughout your house strategically, where you know where they are, you don't ever move them. You keep them in the same place so that your memory goes straight to them, and do some pre-planned response. Like if someone, bursts through my door in this location, what's the first thing I can grab? What's the first thing I can do to create distance and to cause harm, to buy time so that I can get away? Also, there's the concept of the fact that everything can be a weapon. It doesn't have to just be something you've planted, because if you plant a weapon, you may not be able to get to it, or you may use it and it doesn't work, or you may use it and it doesn't cause enough damage, or they may take it and try to use it against you. Things happen. But everything that you can get your hands on can be used as a weapon. A picture off of a wall, a table overturned, hot coffee thrown, books hurled, paperweights, lamps. I can think of a million things that are just around my house. Candles, Yankee candle jar, scissors. I'm sitting at the desk, but anything that you can get your hands on can be used as a weapon. So in order for you to be able to work through a situation like that, you have to have decided beforehand that you're going to fight. If you haven't decided now that if something happens, you're going to be a fighter, then this is what could happen to you. Now, I would consider myself to now be a person who's decided to fight. If this happened in my home, would I have sustained a punch? Yes. If someone exploded through my door with that kind of force and with that kind of ferocity, yes. I would have sustained many punches, probably before I could even draw my firearm. Yes. I would have been hit many times. But if you watch this video, it shows that he beat her mercilessly, then he went upstairs to go look for things to steal. That gave her time. Time to find something to ambush him with as he comes back down the stairs. You know, if it was my situation, it would be time to draw my gun. Would I be able to draw my gun while he's beating me? Probably not. But as soon as there's a little bit of a break and I, can orient myself, yes, that's the time. You can't really predict how you would react in a situation until it happens. But you can at least have some pre-planned responses. And I think people take a way worse beating if they've never thought about a scenario before, if they've never pre-planned a response. Am I inside this woman's head? Do I know exactly what was going on? No, I don't. I do know that what she told the interviewers was that she didn't want to draw any attention to her children. So she laid there and took it. And it's a horrible thing that her child had to sit there and watch that happen to her mother. If I had a small child watching on, and someone was doing that, I want them to see me fight. Not lay there and take it, because that teaches them to lay there and take it. And this video is not about judging her response or judging what she did. This video is about trying to encourage people to prepare themselves for the fight in your mind and physically. Carry the weapon on your person. Keep it on you. If you absolutely can't do that, find ways to plant things throughout your house and evaluate every room in your home so that you know what you would grab beforehand before it happens. This is just me kind of ranting a little bit because this just makes me ill, you all. I know it does you too. So what are your thoughts? What does this type of thing raise up in you when you watch it? I've watched it several times, trying to glean something that's useful from it, and I don't think I can watch it anymore. I think I'm done because it's too disturbing. But what does it make you think of? Have you ever seen anything like this before? What have you done to prepare? Have you been through something like this before, maybe? I'd just like to know your thoughts.